channel. I'm Florian. I'm going to be your host today for Florian's weather coverage. I'm really excited to start off this new weather channel and I'm super excited. So let's get right into it. I will at the end have for Boston, New York City, and Florida, no matter what there is at the end, I will always have a short-term forecast. So first of all, we don't have much going on. A little bit of some snow, blizzard up here, some rain down here, and some fog down here. Not much to look at over here. But then, as what more important here is as we get out into the severe weather outlook. So this is severe thunderstorms, things like that. Severe thunderstorms that could pop up over here. So we have right here day 4. This is Saturday into Sunday morning. Then day 5 we have that threat down here. It is really important to always look at this. No matter what you think is going to happen, the SPC has the best trained meteorologists in the entire world. Now, for the short-term forecast, this is what the radar could look like in the future. Obviously, lots of rain right here. We will talk about this snow flying by at the end of the video, but honestly, not much besides just a tiny bit of snow. Now, the most important thing that we should be looking at, that's a sneak peek right there, what we should be looking at is this storm that starts to develop here. It's going to bring some ice that we will talk about soon, a lot of snow, and some rain down here. This could lead to some flooding and severe weather. Now, this is what the Euro is showing this. Now, it's always good to look at a few different models. The GFS has a lot more freezing rain with this. It's not a lot in the United States, so we're not going to talk about it as much. But I think the main threat with this is going to be the flooding and severe weather threat, especially because that second system you can see right there is going to move through, and that could cause some problems. Now, a really important thing to look at is the snow totals, obviously. This is what the Euro is showing for its snow totals. As you can see, there is most likely some sort of frontogenesis band is going to set up over here. That means that the atmosphere is going to be conducive for extreme amounts of precipitation to fall, especially in the form of snow frontogenesis. Usually the highest band of snow will set up just to the north of the frontogenesis band. From my experience, people say northwest, but I think it's more actually north of the frontogenesis band. So as you can see, the Euro is also showing that some people here are going to get dry slotted, just completely ignored, maybe 2 to 4 inches, but really not much is going to happen up there. We're going to get much more in depth about this either tonight or tomorrow whenever I do have the time. Most likely tonight we're going to go much in depth on this. We're going to talk about everything there is. And so the GFS is showing, that's why you should subscribe. Subscribe and click that notification bell next to the subscribe button. It'll tell you when I release my new video so you can stay updated on the latest weather and stay safe. So as you can see up here, we have the GFS is showing some more likely 1.5 foot totals. That's more in southern Canada, northern Wisconsin, all these states up here, Michigan, a little bit of snow, but not that much. As you can see right here, you do have 1.5 to maybe, if somebody gets lucky, 2 feet of snow. But that is going to be only in the higher elevations. Now, this is old data, but this is the Canadian model, which in my opinion is actually a little more reliable than the Euro. A lot of people have a different opinion, but I recently tested them in a large sequence, and I found that the GDPS is actually much better with the GFS, obviously, in last place. But what it is showing, this is old, so don't take this as a forecast because this is just another guidance. It's showing much more widespread though, and with these type of systems, it is much more likely that this happens. So I am actually right now leaning towards the Canadian model, especially because, someone's not going to get dry slotted here. And I think it's very unlikely that somebody gets dry slotted because, of the atmospheric and how northern this is and how up north this is. It's not down in the south, it's up north. And then another thing we look at, like I showed you earlier, is the severe weather threat. And I think that severe weather threat is definitely going to be something to talk about here. You can see Friday night we've got some lightning just around here. But where it really gets started is over here. You can see there could be some renegade supercells, and that's when it becomes extremely dangerous. When you've got these isolated supercells taking all the ingredients they need in their environment. But then this kind of line of storm forms, and that's where the tornado threat is much, much less. This is where you have to worry more about that damaging wind threat, which still is a very big threat. Don't get me wrong. Damaging winds from not non-tornado damaging winds can produce as much damage as a tornado. In some cases, even more widespread, actually. But then what I'm looking at, I don't think it's going to be as bad up here. I think right here, this cluster of storms right here could be causing lots of problems. As I've said before, you cannot know till you get to the near future, so we're not going to dig extremely deep into this because it's just unreliable at this range, especially for severe weather. But I will say there's a lot of 850 winds here for anyone who knows what that means. That's what some people call nadir juice. Ryan Holiall calls that nadir juice, another meteorologist on YouTube. But yes, I do agree that there could be some problems here. Now, up in the northeast, we'll start off with temperatures. We've got mild temperatures to Thursday. But then it does get much colder. You've got, in the teens. This is the high temperatures, remember. This isn't the low. The low is going to be much, much cooler. As you can see, lows will be in the mid to lower teens and the upper single digits. Even down into New York, it's going to get pretty darn cold up here. And then if you look at the composite reflectivity, this is just what the radar could look like in the future. We've got this one little system moving off. And then we've got another one that's going to bring in some snow. I think Boston's right on the snow line. We'll have to see what happens here. But I do think Boston's going to catch a good luck here and get that snow. Now down for Florida, temperatures honestly are just going to be average. Just mid to upper 70s. Great temperatures. That's not really the problem here. What I think the problem here is these thunderstorms that are Palm Beach and Jupiter Island is up here. These thunderstorms that could be moving through here. Some of them could produce some lightning. Nothing severe. I promise you, you will not get any severe thunderstorms, but definitely an isolated lightning threat. Now, thank you guys so much for watching. I will dive deeper in this tonight. I would appreciate and love a subscribe, a like to the video, and comment down below what I can do better, please. Thank you guys so much. See you guys in the next video.